Right, well, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at character design. We're going to be looking at how we draw, how we'd actually get visual narrative down, and also we're going to be progressing those drawings from two-dimensional flat drawings into 3D sculptures of characters that eventually we might be able to look at animating too. And at this time, animation is on no TV. So, this is really pleased all the time. And animation. And when the animation comes on, it's going to be just pictures. Okay? So, if you're ready and primed, I'm going to give you something to draw. And we'll give you how long do you want to draw?
5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Oh, okay, right, I'll give you 2 minutes.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Oh, never mind. I've done it.
Only half the word. Well, welcome back. So what I thought we'd do now is we'll get into the character design proper. Character design, I think that one of the key things with character design is characters can be so powerful and so impactful if you get them right. Yeah, and I think from the early days of character design, that's been a bit of an issue. For example, I did this one. Really, I used this as an illustration of different eras of animation. Really, so there's lots of different characters on here. So one of the characters on here is this fella that nobody seems to recognise anymore. Yeah, you'll know. He was. Now, this character was drawn by Walt Disney, and he was called Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. Okay, and at this time, animation was just on cinema. There's no TV at this time. So Disney's really pleased with this, and he takes his family to the cinema. And in those days, you have to sit through a full program, so you're going to get the newsreel, B feature, A feature, all of that, and an animation. And when the animation comes on, Disney's name's not on it. And he's like, hang on a minute, I did this thing. And also, he wasn't sure it 100% worked, and neither am I, because I don't think it looks much like a rabbit. Because if I think of I grew up in Bugs Bunny, but if I think of a rabbit, I would think of a fluffy tail, and I think of the teeth, and it kind of looks like a dog, really. I don't know what it is.
And the ears have got a point upwards.
But the thing that stuck with Disney was, number one, getting a character right, yeah, so that it communicates really well, and this didn't. But he then, and also ownership of character, so he then sets up his own studio, and he comes up with a mouse. Yeah?
Yeah, we've only got about 5-10 minutes left.
Have we?
Right,
oh,
yeah.
no.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, we have.
Well, we'll just have to get stuck into it, won't we, next
Yeah.
week? How long does this stuff take to dry?
It would take to fully dry. It would take about 3 days, but you can colour it beforehand.
Do you want to do some homework then?
Mysterious alligator trench coat detective.
Big guys, chilling.
Seems a bit simple in the children's book, and I think it's in the back pocket.
Oh, I missed the sunglasses. Sunglasses can be in the top pocket there.
Yeah.
Although it does actually look a bit like a bra. So once you have them, I mean, the stuff that you're going to use is going to be.
So can we come in next week with the design?
That's your homework.
Yeah.
It's to come in with a design. But another thing you might want to do is to get something to build your model around. Like Hey, here's a trench-coated detective model. This is a character, and it's a cat. And it's called Blacksad. Okay. And I did this for... This was a character that was...
Made out of that stuff.
It's made out of that stuff. This is a character that is in some... I think the guys that designed it's Spanish. But it was being developed into a computer game. And sometimes what I do is I do models for people, I make maquettes that people who are doing comic strips or designing for games will use them as reference, because it's a lot easier, because you can pick the model up in front of you and think, oh, from the side he looks like that, or from the front he looks like that, you know. But that's the stuff, and it's pretty light as well.
I'm very impressed.
Do you mean that we're on about?
Well, no.
It's like clay, but it's from...
Actually, inside this one, I think buried inside there is a bottleneck. I put a bottleneck into this. So,
You put it off from there.
sorry? It's this stuff called Model Magic. Yeah.
Wow.
You can, if you look for this online, you'll find you can get it in a colour version, and you'll get a tub of this where you'll get it in white, red, yellow, and blue, and it mixes the same as primary paints, but it's really not very good. I don't think. I think that
Buy them to children as well.
you can, but you're much better to make it in white.
Yeah.
First of all, so it's neutral. Okay. You might also, I mean, we'll get into this more next week, but you might also want to think about making characters in pieces, like this guy here. It's Carl from Up.
May I ask, is the Model Magic, is it air drying?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is Carl from Up. So to make him, what I did was I made him in pieces like a model kit, and then painted him and put the pieces together, because it's much easier to do it that way.
How did you put it together with?
Glue, Yoo-hoo glue. I mean, again, and we'll go through this next week, there's an option with these characters, because they're light and they're soft, but they're also hard enough. You could, I know you talk about armatures. What armatures are if you're doing things like a claymation, or if you have a puppet that's made out of rubber, you'd have a metal skeleton inside that's jointed, and it allows you to move the thing one piece at a time, so it'll stay in position, and you can take a photograph. 24 photographs, you've got a second's worth of movement, and you can animate it that way. With these, what you can do, because these are solid enough, I've made some of these where I've put pipe cleaners through the arms, so that you can articulate the arms. And then, if it comes to moving other things, say for example having a character blinking or sticking their tongue out, I do those bits with plasticine on top of this, and this is strong enough to kind of hold that. But it does come pretty light. What you can do for next week is, the two main things you could do for next week are to have a design that you're happy with, you want to work from, and secondly, if you're thinking of, I mean, again, you could just do the head of a character, you could do a full body of a character. If you think that there's something you could put in it as by means of a support or something to build around, to bring that in. So that could be something like a bottle or a cup or something of that nature. Yeah? 8 p.m.
Oh, thank you.
Anyway, cheers. No, thank you.